Hello and welcome back to my channel. It's Ijoma here. Long time no tutorial. So in this video we are going to learn how to make this beautiful two-piece Ashoke trouser and kimono jackets. I used Ashoke and then the red fabric is Mikado. Now I bought 1.5 pack, like one full pack and then half. One full pack is 8 yards, half pack is 4 yards. I hope you understand. So you can buy any color of your choice. It ranges from, let's say, 24,000 here to 28,000. So you can measure to be sure that all you have is complete. So for this particular one that I have here, it is more than 8 yards actually. So I have 8 yards and then extra 4 yards. That's like total of 12 yards of Ashoke. Like, you know how it comes in pieces. I have a total of 12 yards. So let's start with the trouser. I took out 2 inches from the top of the paper and then I will come down by 10 inches, and that's the waist to hip. Her waist to hip is 10 inches. Then from there I'll measure her waist to knee. Her waist to knee is 20 inches. Her waist to the full length is 40 inches actually, or 41 inches. Then I made it 43 inches including the hemming. So it does not have to be a very long trouser. So this trouser should stop at your ankle. So her own is actually 40 inches plus extra. I added just extra 3 inches for hemming. I know that at the end of the day, after making this trouser, it should be around 41 inches. Now I am going to connect my horizontal line. This is the hip line, this is the knee line, and then the full length. So I'm still going to join paper at the full length of this paper. That's why I wrote +5 there. I'm still going to add extra 5 inches paper to make it 43 inches, so that when I'm cutting on my fabric, I don't have to add hem allowance on the fabric. I hope you understand. So right now, after connecting all these horizontal lines, I'll go ahead and label them. Then before I start that, I will come down by 2 inches from the hip line. This is more like a kimono, this is palazzo. In fact, just call it palazzo. So the crotch has to be, let's say, from 2 to 3 inches according to the person's size. So from the hip line of this person, I came down by 2 inches. From her hip line, I came down by 2 inches, and that is the crotch. My normal trouser, I may just use 1.5, but I made this one 2 inches so that it will not be tight. And considering the type of fabric that we are using, also this is Ashoke and it is strong, so I had to make the crotch somehow deep. So this is hip line, crotch line, knee line, and then full length. I'm still going to add extra +5 to the full length of the paper. Now the first measurement that I will take is her hip measurement. Her hip is actually 48, but I made it 50 so that it will be free. Her hip is 48 inches, but I made it 50. So 50 divided by 4 is 12.5. So I'm going to mark 12.5 on the hip line. Then from that 12.5 line, I am going to mark a straight line up to the waistline. Her hip first is the first measurement. Hip divided by 4 is the first measurement. So that is 12.5. I marked 12.5. Then from that 12.5, I connected a line straight up to the waist. And then I will also extend this hip line and crotch line so that it will accommodate all the measurements. She's plus size. Now, from that hip line, you are going to divide whatever you have by 4 again. So my hip divided by 4 is 12.5. I divided 12.5 by 4 again, and I got around 3.1. Okay, so I am going to use 3.1 as her crotch extension. So whatever you have after dividing your hip by 4, divide it by 4 again. So you connect my crotch. Now this is palazzo and I'm not doing much. From the center line that I marked, I will take her waist measurement. Her waist is 44 divided by 4, that is 11 inches. So from this line, I am going to mark 11 inches backwards. And from there, I will connect to the hip line, and then the rest of the measurements will be straight. Just straight up. The rest of the measurements will be straight because of the nature of the trouser that we are making. So this trouser is more like palazzo. Now after connecting the lines, I will cut out this, and this will be our front. connecting the front, and this is the paper for the back. I have added extra paper to the full length too, because this paper cannot really give me the measurements that I want. So now I am going to do some manipulations here. From the center line of the back, I'll come in by 2 inches and transfer it to the side. From the center of the front, I came in by 2 inches and then transferred it to the side. Then at the hip, I added extra 2 inches to the side. The knee, I added 1.5 to the side. The full length, I added 1 inch to the side. And I will go ahead and connect all these lines. Then from that 2 inches that I came in by, I went up by 1.5. So you can see I connected 1.5 upwards, and then from that 1.5 upwards, I will take it to the side extensions and then connect all the side extensions. So the trouser is bigger at the side. The back of this trouser is bigger at the side. Remember that from the center of the front, I came in by 2 and transferred it to the side so that the trouser will not be bulgy at the back. Now for the full length extension, remember that I said that I want the total length of this trouser, including the hemline, to be 43. So I extended it. I will still join paper for the front. Then at the crotch, I came down by 1/2 inch from the normal crotch line, and then I added extra 2 inches for crotch extension. But I came down by 1/2 inch before I added that extension. Then from there, I will connect it into the knee line of the front. You can see how I brought it down into the knee line of the front. Now I am going to extend the line straight down to the full length. Now I'll roll this paper up and then mark a dot. It does not have to be deep. You mark a dot to meet the crotch extension of the back. Mark a dot to meet the crotch extension of the back. All right. Then after doing that, we are going to add our zip allowance at the back. And the reason why I'm adding my zip allowance at the back is because I'm sending this clothes out. I just want to give the person extra allowance in case they want to touch it. They will have excess allowance. So you can add your zipper to the side. It is still okay. For me, I added 2 inches zipper allowance. So that is my zipper allowance. And now I'll remove the front and then cut out this back. So after cutting the front, you use it to cut out your back. You just do some manipulations here and there, and that will be all. I'll measure the width of this trouser, and then that will determine how many pieces of Ashoke that I will have to join to get one piece of my front. You know, this is trouser. Front will have 2 pieces, back will have 2 pieces. So I measured again and I have 16 inches. So, and the width of this Ashoke is 6 inches, is 12 inches, right? Sorry, I measured the width of the Ashoke. It is 6 inches each. 6 inches each. So that means I will have to join 3 layers of these to get one piece of the front. So you will measure the length also, then measure the back. I have about 20 something inches at the back. So that means I will have to join about 4 layers of this back of this Ashoke. I will have to join 4 pieces. And if you are joining, also consider the full length of your trouser so that you will know the length of Ashoke that you are cutting out for one piece. So you can see all the pieces of the Ashoke. I'll go ahead and join 4 pieces. You can see that the back is longer than the pieces I cut for the front, because normally back of the trouser is usually longer than the front. So I'll go ahead and cut 4 of these, and 4 will be enough for one side of the back. So that means I will cut 8 pieces in total for the back. Then for the front, I will cut out 6 pieces in total. For the front, 6 pieces. For the back, 8 pieces. So I'll go ahead and pin all of them together and join them. This is Ashoke, and it comes in tiny should I call it strands or just call it piece? Now this is the kimono, and I don't want my kimono to have a shoulder join. I don't want the shoulder to have a joining. So what I'm going to do is I am going to fold it into two from the shoulder side, like from the vertical side of this fabric. I am going to fold it into two and then fold again. So I have a total of 4 folds here, and the full length of this kimono, including the hem, is 45 inches. So I'll just go ahead and measure out 45 inches and cut out. So this is the fold I have, and I'm reducing it because it does not have to be too wide. You just need like 20 inches width. Like the wideness of the folding should be like 20 inches, and it should be enough for you. So now I am done folding, and the shoulder is folded twice. There will be no joining at the shoulder. Then I will get the full length that I want. So let me just keep it at 46 inches, including the hem. Now for the neckline, I will use 3 by 1.5. This 3 by 1.5 is just for the back neckline. Then from the center, also measure out my shoulder, that is 8, and then from there I'll mark 11 inches. Then for the neck depth, I used 1.5. So measure your shoulder. Her shoulder is 16 divided by 2, that is 8. From that 8, I went in by another 11. So if you check it, the total I have here is like 19.5. So I took down that 19.5 down to the full length. Yeah, it is just going to be straight. It is quite easy. So now I'll go ahead and cut it out. Just a straight cut at the side. Cut out the back neckline first, then cut out the side measurement. This is just how you normally cut your shift dress. First of all, get your shoulder width, and then from your shoulder measurement, you will add extra 11. From that 11, the Ashoke will continue. All right, so this is what I have, and I have not cut the front open. So I'm going to shift the front piece from the back piece. This is a cut together kimono. There is no joining at the shoulder. So I am going to shift the front piece from the back piece. So you can see my shoulder line, the demarcation between the front and the back. Now from the neck width, I am going to mark a V neckline for the front. You mark a V neckline for the front. Then after cutting out that V neckline, you are going to open up your kimono, because this kimono has to be open at the front. If you want, you can add a border to it. If you want, you can just use bias and hem it. So now I am done cutting, and that is all for this front. You can see what we have here. The only thing we are going to do is to attach Ashoke to the side. Now the next thing that we are going to do is to cut out the pockets. So for the pocket is going to be about 15 inches. I'm trying to join paper. So the pocket is going to be 15 inches deep, including the hemming. We are going to use about 2 inches to hem the top of the pocket. So make it 15 inches deep, 14 inches deep, and then the width should be up to 10 inches wide. And this 10 inches is wider than a single strand of Ashoke. So I am going to also join my Ashoke so that I can get these pockets, and I will cut out 2 of these pockets. So the height of the pocket, make it 15 or 14. Then the width of your pocket, make it 10 inches. This is aside the half inch that we are going to use to join all the sides. I hope you understand. So this is my Ashoke, and I will have to join 2 pieces of this Ashoke to get that pocket. So I'll go ahead and join it first of all before I come back to cut my pocket. But for now, I'll go ahead and cut out the height. Then after joining, I can come back and cut out the width, the wideness of it. So you add half inch at the hemline also. That is the allowance that you're going to use to join. So now let's go to our sewing machine. So this is how you join Ashoke. You get 2 strands together and you overlap them. You place one on top of the other. Just place this one on top of the other one using, let's say, 0.25 inch allowance. 0.25 is okay. Half inch is quite much. Then you will start stitching. That is how you join Ashoke. For the people that have not seen where Ashoke has been joined before. So just place the two of them together like this and then continue stitching. This is how you are going to join all the pieces that you cut for the front of the trouser, the back of the trouser, the pocket. This is how you are going to join all of them to get the width you want, because one Ashoke cannot really give you the wideness you want. You have to make this joining. So now that we are done, these are the pieces for the front. You can see I joined 3 of this Ashoke to get this. All right, so I placed 2 of them together. I had to cut out 2 for the front, then place the front of my paper. The only thing I'm going to add here is 1 inch allowance at the side and then ½ inch, or you can just add ½ inch seam allowance throughout. Then at the top, you also leave ½ inch at the waistline and then ½ inch to the full length. I hope you understand what I mean by that. This ½ inch is just for seam allowance and the front is ready. If I open it up, I have 2 pieces for the front, and looking at it, you cannot even tell that I did any joining. Then these ones are for the back pieces. I have 2 of them. I'll place the 2 of them together and then place the back pattern paper on top of it to get my back pieces. Now this one is for the pockets. This is for the pocket. I think the cutting of this kimono actually takes time. The cutting of this outfit actually takes time more than the sewing, if you ask me. So the pockets are normal. So I'm going to get that paper for my pocket and place, and I'll add just ½ inch on both sides for joining it to the kimono. That's all. So I'll fold the top like this. I'll make a bold fold at the top, and then the rest of the sides I will just fold them in by ½ inch and iron the allowance down before I fix it to my kimono. So this long one is the one that I'm going to run round the hemline of my kimono. So I'll just carry just one strand, and you will run it round the sleeve area of your kimono down to the full length. I hope you understand. You will just run it round. So this is my front panel. This is my front trouser. This is my back. Sorry, I've closed the zipper allowance and I ironed the zipper allowance. Then I will get the front. Sorry, when I was cutting this back trouser, I don't know if you noticed, I forgot to cut the side. Like I forgot to give it the normal waist measurement cutting, if you noticed. So that is not a problem. I'll pin the front and the back of the trouser. The first thing I did was just close the crotch of the front, close the crotch of the back, including the zipper allowance. Then I'll pin 2 of them, take my waist measurement, and then use 1 inch or ½ inch to shape it straight down to the full length. Then after that shaping, after the side shaping, I will hem the trouser. Like after the side shaping, I will fold the hemline of the trouser and then shape the inner part of the trouser. I hope you understand that. So after shaping the side, you will hem the down part before shaping the inner. Now this is the kimono. I am done hemming. I am done joining this ashoke round the sleeve area, the edge of the kimono, and I ironed. So now I will place it and pin the front and the back of the kimono together. It is important. After pinning the front and the back of the kimono together, you are going to introduce your pockets. So the pocket should start, let's say, 1 inch below your half length, or it can just start at your half length. So this half length is 20 inches. The person that I'm working for, her half length is 20 inches. So from the shoulder of this kimono, I will find 20 inches, and that is where I will place my pockets, the two of them. After placing the pocket, you are going to close the side of this kimono. So for the side of the kimono, from the shoulder, I came down by 15 inches and marked. Then from 15, I will sew a straight line down. At the other side, I came down by 15 inches and marked. Then from that 15, I will sew a straight down line to hold the front and the back pieces, the front and the back panel together. So this is for my band. I'm already running out of ashoke. I bought 1.5 pack yet, though this is plus size. If the person is slim or medium size, of course it should be enough for them, but I was already running out of fabric, so I had to use this mikado for the band. So you cut out 5 inches width, add interface to it and fold together. Then after that, you will iron. Now this is my trouser and this is my band. I am done adding interface and folding my band into two. I also folded 1/2 inch on one side. So this is the band I'm going to use to finish up the waistline of this trouser. I'll open up the zipper allowance first of all before I add this. Then after adding this, the next thing is to add zipper allowance. Then for the hemline, for the edge of my kimono, I may go to the market and buy extra one, or I can just use bias or the kimono to finish up the neckline of that kimono. I hope you understand. It depends on what my client wants, but normally they did not finish up. They did not use ashoke around the hemline of around the neckline of the kimono. So this is the trouser. After fixing the band, I'll go ahead and fix the zipper. So this is my zipper. You just go ahead and attach your zip and it will stop at your hip line. At the end of the day, this is what we have. Yeah, for the neckline, I'm still talking with my customer to know what to do to the neckline. But according to the design she sent, they didn't do anything to that neckline. They just finished it up and that's all.